Trying to make sure this microphone working. Okay, it sounds like it's working. Check, check. 1, 2. What's up? What's up? Looks like my equipment is working. I appreciate you. Thank y'all so much for coming through to the live stream. You're hanging out with Dillio. Still making content on this platform. Still live streaming, man. I just want to talk about being a content creator, right? So I want to talk about what it's like being a content creator and live streaming. Sometimes, you can live stream for a while, and what happens is that some people come to like a lot of your live streams for a while, and you think that those people are always going to be there. And the truth of the matter is that no, they're not. Like, people you think would really like ride with you on a more permanent basis, they don't. And then there's some people, like, if they come around, but they come around like very supportive, but they have like ulterior motive, and if they can't get that from you, they don't come around anymore. So once they find out they're not going to get what they want, that support and that consistency just goes out the window. So if you're a content creator and you got people in your live stream, just know that, and like I said, there's also people's situations change. People have new stuff on their plate. It's not like how I was back when I was 15, 20 years ago, where a lot of people had more time. People were in their 20s, and they had a lot more flexibility. They didn't have really the responsibilities that they have now. A lot of people, when I started, didn't have families when they started. And sometimes it's like, dang, they're your folk, but life happens and they have to take care of other things, or they find out they're not getting what they want, whatever that is, and they don't come around no more. So, I think it's important to definitely have some tough skin, but just know there's some challenges there with that. Because I was reminded of a situation like that. And but what's also interesting is that they'll come and watch and not say anything. There's a lot of people that do that. I don't know why so many people feel so strongly like to watch me but not interact. And I'm glad they watch. And but it's like they can't be seen watching me publicly, so they don't comment or say anything. And I never really quite understood, why am I good enough to reach out to, but not adequate enough to engage with during my live stream? It's definitely not one of my more popular topics, but it's a challenge, man, to keep coming back to this platform. And it's not necessarily the most popular topic. Like, people don't really care to hear about this type of stuff because they want information that betters their lives. So, I'm here just jamming, just to come up, because it's my thing. I've been doing this on Wednesday for a long time. So it's just my thing to come on Wednesday and come on here and live stream and do what I do on here. I want to change this microphone around, but I'm not going to do it tonight because I don't understand why I have to gain this microphone up so high to get the amount of volume I want off of it. Like, I'm really looking at this stuff and I'm like, why is this thing hissing like this? Like, you can really hear the microphone turn on and turn off. Like, does it really have to be gained so much? Like, why is this so gained? Check. It's like, why is this so noisy? I don't understand. Check. 1 2. This is a very interesting thing. Like, I'm working on my settings now. I'm just trying to see, what does this do? It's just a weird thing. It is a weird thing. Check 1 2, but I'm gonna keep it rolling. You know, there's a lot of people that I thought would just, man, I guess it's a weird thing. Like, it's like, I really thought that these people would really roll like that. Man, people don't be rolling like that. I don't know. It's a weird, I'm in a very weird place right now. It's like I have to rebuild all my connections from scratch. On top of that, work a day job. Yeah. Who's on here? I see 12 viewers in here. Can I get at least some people out of these 12 viewers to say something? Like, who is like watching me? Like, it's cool. But yo, like I see Jay. I see Simp. Okay, Simply, thank you for. Isn't it late over there? Aren't you? Are you going to bed, Simply? I see you, and I see you, Simply. Like, in the chat, like, you know how people want to stay. Like, let me say, like, people will want to stay and watch the live stream if there are people like interacting and say stuff. Like, people are interacting, and like, people don't want to come watch a live stream if people aren't chatting. And like I'm just trying to figure out what are the 13 viewers doing. And like, okay, I'm glad you're here, but like, from my side of the coin as a content creator, it's like, I need to see you like say something and interact. Like, I need to know that, you know, that you're there. I'm syncing connection right now. And you're driving too? Okay, you're driving. I got you. The hurricane, yeah, the hurricane is a crazy situation. Hey, Mimi, how are you? You just you just got out of Twitter space? Okay. Zoned out. Thank you for just saying something. Okay, so you work on, okay, well, that's good to know that you're working. Cy Lake, thank you for saying something. You're in the UK. Wow, thank you so much for watching me over in the UK. I know it's late over there. It's such amazing technology to be able to reach you over there. I'm not in Florida, but I am in the state north of Florida. Okay, if I'm in the background, I can live with that. I can live with that. I just want to know, like, if I'm in the background, I'm totally cool with that. I will be your background noise all night long. That didn't sound fine, but I'm not even saying pause for that. I will be your background noise all night long. I just want to know that I'm that, you know. But I do not live in Florida. I live in Georgia. And thankfully, the effects of these hurricanes are not going to reach where I'm at. I have friends here in Macon who came up from Florida. And I just think about how would I have handled it if I lived in Florida still, because a long time ago, I used to live in Florida. And during that time when I lived in Florida, there weren't any serious, yeah, that would be cool, Simply. Hey, James. Yeah, I think that, how would I handle that? Like, if I had to evacuate Florida, if I had to, okay, bump it. Let's go raw with it. Say say I lived here and a hurricane was hitting here and I had to evacuate here. How would I deal with that? Well, hey Mimi, how you doing? I would pack my tents. Houston in here. Okay, food for your thoughts with Chris. Thank you so much for saying something and saying hello. I would pack my tents, coolers. I already have water. You would definitely have to bring all your non-perishable food. Probably some underwear, batteries. And hey, Low Cuts, thank you for coming by. I would probably pack a lot of things. I know I can't bring all my music equipment, so I'll probably have my laptop and maybe my MPC Live. Oh man, that would be tough. Studio in the trailer. But in an emergency situation, I would have to pack up everything up and then make sure I leave a seat open for a family member. Hey Kenneth, how are you? So to survive that, I'm trying to think, how would I evacuate? Like I couldn't take my moped with me, but I'm not prepared for a hurricane because there's so much stuff I would want to take. There would be so much stuff I would have to leave behind that are very valuable to me. And you have to decide, but I definitely know that I would bring my tents. I have 2 tents and I would pack those to evacuate. And I would see how I could make it on a campground. I'll probably go to a campground. There's been a lot of campgrounds open up to allow people coming from Florida to stay there. That's why the mobile homes and I would go to a campground because I know there's space there and that's where you're supposed to camp. I don't think you would get much flack, like say, but if I only have my car, then it's Walmart parking lots, it's Planet Fitnesses to take showers, that type of deal. So when I think about the hurricane, I just think about, okay, what would I do or how would I prepare? So that's sort of a thing. 2 trees broke on the roof. That's tough. That's tough. But then I see people like going on the highway. Going on the highway and running out of gas. I heard the traffic was so bad. People were out there for hours and they were running out of gas. That's like so jacked up. And then I also saw footage of like I-75 northbound is full and southbound was still closed. And I would have think they would have had all the roads. Like I know coming from the coast of Georgia, from Tybee Island and Savannah, Georgia, one thing I looked at when I rode on the highway was that I saw these gates where you can only go onto the highway the opposite way away from the shore. So that leads me to believe that both north and southbound on 85 going to South Carolina to Savannah means that both lanes were going away from the coast. That documented everything you came across. Yeah, so I think that, but also think about what would it be like if, like, say we were out of power here for a long time. How would I do that? And I'm definitely not prepared. Like, in order to get power to the house, I would have to get a power converter and hook it up to my car. But that's not very efficient because you don't want to burn up the gas in your car. And I thought about, well, I could hook it up to my moped. But the power converters from that will probably, you got to make sure you're not drawing too much power from your moped engine to convert that. So really you just got to have a generator. And I also thought about buying like a big one of them survival kits, but those survival kits are actually pretty expensive. But like you can get like these survival food kits that's got like 30 mils in like a big old bucket, and all you gotta do is add water to it. And you'll have nutrition for like 30 days or more, depending on that. In your condition, they ask you what you would do. Yeah, no, I was thinking about that. Always suggesting a veteran. Hurricane Burrow was bad there. Didn't have power for a few days. Others were out for weeks. Plenty of trees down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Invest in a generator. You know, I mean, the cool thing, if I could like hunker down here, I would be straight because I probably wouldn't drive my car around because of maybe the road conditions, but I would use my moped to go kind of survey the area. Maybe even volunteer myself in exchange for fuel to do deliveries for people on the moped. Like I would totally do that. Like I would do that in a heartbeat. Cause I know the moped's good for it. And it will help people and say, okay, you need me to run this over here. Okay, cool. Just fill my tank up, you know, just stuff like that, you know. Always invest in a generator, I think, so that'd be good. I think a good generator though is like what, like $1,000, like a good one. So you have to drop a band for a generator. The house is made from clay bricks and concrete foundation. We just got to make sure we have water, perishable med kit. It could take a beating. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, because those winds are no joke. A content creator that I watch by Cletus Farland. But I get a little frustrated because like the rich, and I can't be mad at the rich for being rich, but it's like a lot of people who I see who are hunkering down are like rich. So they have like these really nicely built houses so they don't have to evacuate because their houses are that well built. Oh, but what happens with your well-built house that you paid millions of dollars to get built can't stand up to the storm? But I just like, I guess a lot of people who aren't rich, but I just get a little rich people with really nice houses that are built for, I guess, grade 5. They hunkering down. Plus they got money to have a bunch of stuff in their crib. Harbor Freight. Yeah, I think the Harbor Freight is a good idea. And I'm pretty good with gas engines now when I keep them running. You know, so it's like the rich though, the rich get to stay right where they at. They're like, yo, we straight. But if you're in an apartment or like a small house or somewhere that's not fortified, yeah, you gotta go. I kind of would want to just hunker down. I wouldn't want to go away, but I would use the moped to get around because it's very efficient. It's very efficient at getting you where you need to go efficiently, to and fro the house, to and fro. But I would volunteer. If my significant family member was safe, and there's no power, and there's a way for me to do something, and the weather's aside, and we're in a catastrophic situation, and people, I'll probably volunteer my courier service. I got one of those courier bags that DoorDashers use, and I would curry. I would probably curry. You know, maybe carry water supplies and medical supplies or something, or maybe you need a letter delivered or somewhere. I would do that. Because that, you know, at that point you can't do nothing. You're gonna be stressed out. And that's only post after I make sure that my significant family member is safe. If they're stable and safe and secure, I would, you know, volunteer that. Hey T Houston, how are you? I would volunteer that. I would volunteer those type. I probably would perform or something too, you know. But you got some power. And power would be a tricky thing unless you got solar. You know. But tents are a thing. That's why I like camping, because camping teaches you survival skills. How do you you know, I think you need to be familiar with sleeping outdoors so that you can be ready to sleep outdoors. I think you need to be familiar with eating survival type food. So when you need to eat survival type foods, you can. T. Houston, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Military trained you. I want military training. Like I want to know. I want to learn about survival. I want to know about survival. I want to know about making fires and stuff. MREs, like part of it, like to be honest with you, part of it is almost like an adventure to me. Like I want to be able to survive the elements and overcome the wild. Like there's a part of me inside, as a man, that wants to be ready to just dominate the wild and not be slain for it. Like survive. I think that's why I like riding my moped around, because yeah, I'm riding in an urban area, but when it's you, it's like, but it's kind of peaceful and calming too. When you're on your own and it's just by yourself on those two wheels, like you got to make it work. Like it's just you. So you're a little sharp because it keeps you sharp. I think every man should be sharp. And I think women is cool too, but in that context, it's protector mode. But I like to be sharpened. You know what? That would be something to teach you. I think go try being homeless would teach. I think about being homeless. I think about how would I handle being homeless. And real talk, there probably were some times I should have chose homelessness over being around certain type of people. But that wasn't in my spectrum or radius. But there are some times, if I reflect back, there are probably some times where I should have been homeless. I should have been homeless instead of being around people that don't want me to be around them. And unfortunately, there's nobody really telling me that I could do it. Of course I could do it, but nobody was telling me. It was, and that was at a time where I wanted to please others so much. So, but I do think about, okay, what do I do if I've been thinking about these scenarios. Like, what do I do if I'm homeless or have to be homeless or I have to survive? I think about that. What do I do? How do I manage? And it's just me, so I know it could be tougher with a family. But if I have family and children to look out for, that'd be a totally different monster probably. I don't know if I would be as risky. Automatic being 100, yeah. But a lot of people are homeless right now. A lot of people are doing what they need to do to survive it. It seems like to me, from this perspective, from what I've seen, and I haven't seen everything, but it seems like to me from this perspective that a lot of people who are rich are staying right where they're at because you have these really nicely well-built homes. And so the rich wins again. So it pays to be rich. But I do think about that. What do I do? How do I survive? Where do I stay? How do I keep clean? How do I get the resources I need? Because we're very complacent, very comfortable. I venture off to say that our societal norms are kind of crumbling right now because we have it so good. I think just the gender dynamics would be different if it wasn't for social media. I know that for a fact. It's just a whole different thing right now. Lifestyles, man. And it's not, Man, people are living the lifestyles I have never heard of growing up. I didn't even know that was a thing. Now it's like a norm. And don't even get me started about how people living in virtual reality. Don't get me started about how people live in virtual reality, because it's a whole nother thing. But I like to be aware of it. I'd rather know about it and identify it when I see it in the wild than to be taken by surprise, because there's been some times where I was coming up and I was taken by surprise. I was taken by surprise and I didn't know what this was. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I found out, nah, this is what it actually is. Oh, okay. But because I grew up in a much more different place, I couldn't identify those things. So, but yeah, those people in these lifestyles, like I said, it's not a dig at it. I just like to be aware of it. I want to know what's going on. Like I've seen things, I've heard things in this city. I know what people are up to in this city. You know, I don't talk about it, but I've seen some things. And but camping really helps you get back to the basics. Gets you back to survival. Gets you back to what really matters. Like, there is a sort of set of freedom to not having a lot of stuff to worry about. But this comes at a great expense. All this equipment looks good, but it comes to me at a great expense. It may have came to me at a great expense of certain life achievements that people my age are supposed to have. I may be good at what I'm due at the cost of those things. Hey, Nehemiah, how are you doing? Let me see what Simply, I thought you typed something. Did you delete what you just typed? I thought you just typed something. Yeah, camping, that's the real admire people. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think that yeah, I've heard stories, I've seen things. I had to get out of some situations. Yeah, I've seen a lot. So, you know, and I'm glad that I'm aware of it, because I'll be honest with you, I feel like I was shielded from a lot of stuff, maybe more than I should have been. But I do reap certain benefits of it now, but there is a certain price I pay for these certain benefits now. Hey, some, how you doing, man? I owe you a reply, some. I just want to acknowledge you for your hustle and what you're doing. I see you making those videos all the time. I owe you a reply. I owe you some communication. This YouTube thing, man, I think it's not people. I think it's just this YouTube platform. Sometimes I just get tired. But I don't like to say excuse. There's a lot of things there's a lot of fixing I need to do with me. Some you safe though? Of course you safe. You up here now, right? But yeah, I like to be aware of this. But yeah, just thinking about the hurricane and camping, traveling, I think it's kind of stressful and scary, because you're trying to get out. You're looking at that fuel gauge and you're wondering if this is going to be enough to get you through. And, you know, those with electric vehicles, you know, they're not sitting in traffic like that for that long. And I also think about, okay, if I wanted to evacuate Florida and all I had was my wet clothes for weather, a tent that I could strap onto the, and that sounds like a good idea, some. I like that idea a lot, actually. I like that idea a lot. So, I like that deal a lot. So, I think, even if I tried to ride a moped, like, of course I couldn't take it on the highway. And on a moped, you only got 60 or 70 miles of range anyway. So you ain't going that far. And Florida is a long state. It is a long vertical state. So you're going to go through a tank, or at least a half a tank in a car. Especially if you're going at highway speeds, you know. There's a lot of miles. What's up, Goldie? There's a lot of miles in that vertical exchange. Goldie Loke in the building, super producer in that building. There's a lot of miles in that range. So when I think about strategy and survival, like what would I do if I was in that situation? My car would make it, but I have to fill that car up to the brim with everything I need. Tents, a way to sleep outside the car, tents, food, non-perishable food, stuff like that, survival kit. Batteries, power converters, lanterns, right? You understand what I'm saying? That'll make it. But moped, like security issues. Okay, yeah, security issues. Well, you know, blades. If you packing heat, gotta get your strap. You know, that is apocalyptic case scenario, and I think about that. Yellow Dart, and you have to be honest with you, when it comes to survival, I would have to count that loss. Go to Loke in the building. I would have to count that loss. Like if it was like apocalyptic, I would have to charge this all to the game. I'm just gonna have to say it. I pray that never happens, but I would have to charge it all to the game on a survival tip. I would have to charge it all to the survival tip because when you want to yeah. No, I mean you have to charge us to the game, you know, and I don't want to put that out there, but you do have to charge us to a game. There is a certain amount of loss that you can't take with you. Evacuating a hurricane. Because we don't know what this weather can do. It could come to anywhere. I think we're just fortunate. And but I think never in time before are we so well able to document so much stuff and be able to preserve it and say, remember this year, this is what happened. Like, you know what's interesting? Like, I don't see a lot of footage on YouTube of the snowstorm that we had in Atlanta, Georgia back in like 2014 or something like that. And I remember that snowstorm, and I was a full-time sound engineer at the time, and I didn't have to leave home. I didn't have to leave home, and it was cool. But I was broke too. I was broke. I was so broke. I did not have a lot of money. And the car I had was I didn't have a very good car. And I still liked it. It had a hole in the floor pan. And the AC didn't work. Nehemiah, you see me right now. You don't see me 10, 20 years ago. Unless you go on my YouTube channel. If you go on my YouTube channel, I could tell you what was going on and what I was driving. And what I was earning. And what financial struggles I was struggling with it. Now, and I sung about it. Dang, Anthony. Yeah, I sung about it. Steady putting gas in it. So I say that to say that, yeah, document stuff. Yeah, definitely. Kids ready to go. I agree. But yeah, just thinking about that scenario of having to evacuate. What do you do? How do you navigate that? What's the tools? What's the skills? How do you manage? And, you know, there's a lot of documentation on this hurricane from everybody's phones. So you can't miss it. He said, I wish you go to Omaha. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Give me some real snow. And I agree with you on real snow because definitely we don't get real snow here in Georgia. I grew up in Michigan. And so I know about still having to function and go to work and be outside with 2 feet of snow. I used to ride my bike in the snow. I used to go sledding. I used to do a lot of that stuff. I feel you, Nehemiah. Thank you, man. So I know what real snow is. Right now I benefit. I benefit from a snowstorm here if it shut down. Now, Atlanta's very conservative on weather. So if we got a big storm coming and it's about to rain crazy, everybody shut down. Nope, shut it down. Because we can't repeat what 2014 was here when we had an actual snowstorm and all the highways froze and everybody was stuck on 285 and nobody could get home. Promise you that. We ain't gonna have that again. Super light flurries. Yeah, but there was one time, 6 years, so 2024 minus 6, so that's 2012, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. So that's 18. But 4 years before 18, there was like a large ice storm. And all the roads in 285 froze down during rush hour. And there was no get home. It was just like, it just came out quick and everybody just ended up being stuck. It was just being stuck. So, there was no culture of being extra cautious of inclement weather here in the city. Now there is now. And it's cool because it seemed like to me, people don't really want to go to work anyway. I'm just going to be honest with you. People don't really want to go to work anyway. So if you got an opportunity to work from home and Zoom, they're going to do it. In 2014, we didn't have the Zoom culture that the pandemic brought on back in 2020. So it was just, we learned that we could work from home. Now people don't want to work from home. Management don't want people to work from home because it's productivity. If you can work from home, you got you a grown-up job in this day and age. If you can work from home, you got you a grown-up job. I want to stay home. I want to be out going. Yeah, I like to stay home. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Yeah. You work from home. She's been doing over a year, probably about 2. That's awesome. Doing good. Yeah. So I got to think about that. So if you're a full-time content creator, if you could just stay home, if you could survive and stay home, I just salute you. If you can survive, take care of all your business you got to take care of, and you don't have to get in that traffic every morning, like, I feel like you won. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the grass is greener, because if you have to stay home because of another reason, there's challenges too is there as well. And I want to make sure I bring awareness to both sides of the coin, because people staying at home doesn't mean that they want to stay home. Some people have to stay home because of a situation in their life. So, and I don't want to say, I wish I could say, I don't want to marginalize that, because not everybody's situation is a situation that you want. So I want to be aware and sensitive to all scenarios and not marginalize anybody's situation who stay home. Because I've been schooled. I've been schooled, like, I've been schooled on situations, but my dream is to be able to stay home and be with this stuff every day and make some money and be all right and have money to travel some damn where. My dream. And that's so I can leave home when I want to do. Well, I think it's good. Like, I think it's good. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm very selective about how I say it, because it's easy to go to a place of criticism or jealousy, right? So that's why I have to pick my language and respond to the reality that there are people that can work from home. That's a blessing. Full-time content creator, live your dream. I see it, yeah. So I think it's very important to have that. And I think it's just pretty doggone cool. You know? So, but I do like getting outside. I do like getting outside. But that's what I'm saying. I see you mean. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. That's why I say what I say. You gotta be aware of all situations and be tactful in it. Be tactful and acknowledge all situations, all of them. But as for the topic of working from home, that's awesome. You know, that from that topic. He was a GM at restaurant for 10 years. I'll never take that for granted. Yelling at people for stuff. Man, isn't that crazy how that gig is, man? Because some people really care. And it's their world. I mean, I'm just gonna be real with you. I do 9 to 5, right? It is my trade, but it is not my passion and dream. But I make the sacrifices for my trade to keep electricity inside these things, because right now my music don't generate enough revenue to pay for that. Okay? It is my dream to do that. I still believe it's possible. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes it gets tough to believe that. Sometimes it gets tough to believe that it can still happen when you've been putting in work. And and then you wake up the next day and you choose to believe. And I do agree that being a content creator full time is stressful. I do believe that because these platforms are volatile. These platforms are mad volatile. We don't know what these algorithms are doing. And that stuff used to really mess with me. Real talk. Especially like when you create, like you try to produce this film of a video and the algorithm don't take it nowhere. And it may not even resonate with your audience. Yeah, I acknowledge it. It's hard. Yeah, sometimes it kicks in. You focus too much on others that, you know, I'll tell you this. One thing I know is like the only thing I can do that has profited me the most is outdoing myself. And that's the scenario that I like. But man, if you're a producer and you've got placements and you can keep the lights on, and I know that's a grind too. I know it's not easy. I know there's another challenge there. Because royalties ain't forever. Royalties ain't free. You get that big bag, you good for a while. From my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, whoever's in that position who know. But you get the... you may have that large bag, but then you gotta make that bag work. You may have other streams coming in. It's not like benefits. Bro, your best videos all have, that's what I'm saying. Some, you know, it's, when I think about content creation, I think it's about the mass amount, your ability to produce a mass amount of content to create the largest net, to catch the most traffic, especially in the music production realm. Now, if you have a group of fans that really rock with you, that's cool too. But I do understand that scenario of really putting all the work to do that. But yeah, definitely try. The real talk though, like I'm probably gonna have to start hitting the streets. That's the gym. I don't know if I even want to talk about that too much, because there's a part of me that wants to gatekeep that gym. But in order to get something different, you're gonna probably have to get out in the streets. And you're gonna have to deal with people in the face. The one thing the internet's taken away from us is not taken away. No, I'm not playing. I'm not playing, because from my perspective, observing your favorite content creator who selling you your course on how to sell your music online, make money from your music. You're being taught all these tips on how to create ads. You're being taught out in the streets, right? You're being taught all these tips on how to get all these views and build up your following and all the other stuff. And ads, and then buy my course. But one thing that people don't champion anymore, because it's not glorious, it's not glorious. You can't sell a course on getting out on the streets and building up your own skin and promoting yourself. You can't teach that, because no course can get out there and do the work for you. When you go out on the streets for real for yourself and promote for it, I think you get different, but you got to go deal with some people. And a lot of us don't want to deal with people right now, and the social media makes us not want to deal with people even more. And I understand that for a fact, because I don't be liking people sometimes. I think everybody has a times where they need their own space, but in order to connect with people, you actually have to go talk to people. And unfortunately, sometimes talking to those people do not necessarily yield the best results. Sometimes you reached a big point. I know you are, Anna. I know that's a big point. Most of the time, people selling courses never did shows or sold beats, and that was a puzzling thing to me, because I bought into that culture when I was trying to learn about a little bit of this stuff. A lot of people that I've ran into in my journey, and because I'm looking for answers. How do I make more money from my music? How do I don't know. Because when I ask my friends, I don't know, dog. Because a lot of my friends don't make music or even trying to make money from it. They working a 9 to 5 trying to get that check that way. So how do we do this? Oh, hi, I'm such and such. I have a course here, and I'm going to show you. I got this, that, and the other. And if you pay this fee, I can show you how to make music online. Sell your music online. And I buy into it. But then I'm like, dude, you don't even make music yourself. How you teach me how to make music online when you don't even make music yourself? How you teach people how to sell music online when you as an artist yourself? Now, if you a producer and you're on the coattails of a record deal and you made a lot of money through that, that's dope. But you can't teach me to get what you got that God ordained for you. Cause what you got looks good to me. I want what you got, but I know the truth is I can't have what you have because what you got was for you. But I want my own. But the way things worked out for you at the time and the room you was in at the right time and that's good. But I can't pursue that because I'm trying to figure out how do I get mine. And I can't get mine how you got yours. It is hard because I really want to pull up next to you in my nice whip. So there's a lot we don't know, but yeah, a lot of people selling courses never did shows or sold. Something. Don't say that, man. So, what would I do? Let's say I get that large major placement. I'll tell you the story of how I got it. But I don't know if I would feel comfortable creating a course selling that dream to you, saying, "Oh man, you want to know how to come up, man. Man, you see these plaques on my wall, dog. Man, let me show you how to do it. You want, matter of fact, don't buy this course and stay right there in your apartment, dog. You don't want to make no money, man. My course is $600, dog. I put in all the gems. Yeah, you're going to charge them $600 for your course, but you can't guarantee no result. Why? Oh, because it's the music industry. None's guaranteed. So, I don't know if, like, say I run into the opportunity and I finally land on something, and it's taking me a while to land. I ain't going to lie to you. It's taking me some time to land. But when I land, and you see me show you something on my YouTube channel that you ain't never seen before, and you see me drive something on my YouTube channel you ain't seen me drive before, because I ain't gonna do this for my money. You ain't never gonna see me do this for my money. Let me put it this way: a good clue. I'm gonna put this out. I'll probably say it one more time. A good clue for if I have money is I'm gonna look even bummier. The less I look like I got money, the richer I actually will be. Just remember that. Yes, I agree with you. Even people who have made it in business still have to grind. I agree with you on that. But I'm not the type. I'm not the type to hold up a money phone. I get it. I'm not because I think showing off your money is showing off the hands to your deck in a card game. You know how you play cards, you're supposed to not layer, like your Uno cards. Say you got your Uno cards, right? You don't want them to know you got a draw 4 in your deck, right? So you're not showing them the decks in your cards, right? And I feel like if you're showing off your money, you're showing off the decks to your cards. I want you to think I can't defend myself. Sweats and white tees. I like that move. Yeah, I might have to get on that. Sweats and white tees. I like to let people think I don't know nothing. They do have to pay back that advance. I like to let people think I don't know nothing. I'm bad at it too. Ooh. I like to let people think I don't know nothing. I have to breathe on that one. Because there's ways, man. I don't like that I know this stuff. There are ways, man. There's stuff. There is stuff. There is stuff. So, but I think that dealing with this culture of YouTube and the technology, like I said, it just sometimes it really bothers me. I ain't gonna front with you. Like, I have skin, but it's almost like you're holding up a weight, right? And it's only so long you can hold up this weight before your muscles atrophy. And there are only so many mental muscles that you have to hold up before you have to let them down. So it's a process. So I just but full-time content creation, people do it, but I know it's a grind. Space Lead, that's a good question. Would you say you use hardware synths or VSTs more? I'm a hybrid guy. And you know, I haven't really been leaning too heavily on VSTs. I used to be a very big VST user, especially when I was an FL Studio user. Dealing with the public is always a mixed bag, but you got to pick your poison if you want awareness to your product. Are you going to go screw around with viral? They don't want you to go viral, and you have to do something extreme as a viral. I think women have a cheat code with the internet though, because of guys. All you gotta do is shake your ass. And you'll get some attention. It may not be the attention you want, but you're gonna get some attention. So you could deal with the current native nature of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, social media, right? Or you get to those streets and talk to some people, real people. Like, as an independent person, you really have to go out there and be out in the streets, I think. You know, it's one of those things. That's the grind. At the independent level, you got to grind like that. Now, if you got a label, a record company handling that for you, you're in a good place. But I know there's a cost to it. There's a cost to it. So when you do that, so it's both. It's like, which one you gonna choose? You can just try to be online all the time, or are you gonna hit the streets all the time? I think you can reach more people directly with the streets, like communicating with people. But it can be exhausting until you get, right. I hear you. Yeah, but on this side of the fence, like I said, I don't have major label resources. I know people who are connected. Yeah. So I think that's cool. Excuse me. I can't wait till I come out with that CD though. We Create Music TV. What's up? How you doing? But I don't know. I think getting off the internet and getting to people is probably the move. Excuse me. Thank you for the encouraging words. We gotta take it to the people, because Facebook ain't gonna do it for us, even with ads. I'm just gonna say that. Like, these ads are so challenging to set up. And there's so much testing you have. It's like, just to test your ad costs money. Just to test your ad. No, I'm not trust me. You would see something different in the driveway if I was a ghost producer for real. You would see something different in my driveway. You would see something different. If I was a ghost producer, you would see something different in my driveway, like big time. You know what I thought about? My dream car is a Corvette, but you know what C6, yeah. But that Lexus LC 500, whatever that thing is, that thing caught my eye too. I went Japanese a few years ago. Well, a couple years ago. So. But I'm kind of a dweeb at heart anyway, because I like Japanese. I love Japan, Japanese. I grew up on it. I used to get made fun of for it. Now it's cool to be a dweeb, but back when I was coming up, you weren't supposed to do that. Especially if you're in the hood. I didn't fit in. Now that stuff is commonplace. Now there's conventions for this culture. And for cosplay, especially in Atlanta, Georgia. But back then, the best most you get away with is a Dragon Ball Z shirt, button down. I still got some too. I saved some from my house that I wasn't able to get into anymore. That was a thing. And in the right scenarios, I'll probably wear it again too. Where'd you get that? Oh man, you were a baby when this came out. Yeah, so you gotta rock with that. I'm telling you, the Japanese car I got is holding together okay. It's okay, you know. And I'm a Flint, Michigan born person. So driving foreign cars is not in our MO. We go drive them damn Chevys and those Fords. Okay. So why you gotta get yourself a GM car? Drive them Chevys and them Fords. Can't even freaking afford a Chevy truck now. You know how much them things are now? You know the markup on them? Like, they are charging crazy money for these trucks now. Like, the price is the price, but then the dealers are like marking that stuff up. And the payments are like $1,000. People are paying thousands of dollars a month for this stuff. Am I like in the wrong field? I want a nice truck. I used to drive trucks big time, but that was through the help of someone else. Yeah, that's kind of why they're going out of business. Remember GM had to do that bailout too? Man, I want a truck. So I can haul my dang on side by side to the mountain range so I can go do some mudding out there. You can take my Chevy truck, put that side by side on trailer on that, go up northbound up 400, go down to the mountain range, take it out there, get on that mud. Escalades are sick. Give me a dang on Sequoia, because it'll probably last. Probably it's not going to break down. That would make me mad. Like, why didn't GM like make their cars better than... It's almost like a brand loyalty thing. But why didn't they make them? And then on top of that, my Japanese car is so much easier to work on than my Chevys ever were. Like, everything's placed so differently. It's ridiculous. Like, I had a starter go out on my car and I repaired it like nothing. But that same starter went out on my Chevy vehicle, and you got to move so much crap out of the way just to get to the... Is Hitmaker accepting solicitations? Just to get out of the way to replace the starter. Like I could repair the starter on my car without even jacking the car up. On my Chevy, I had to put it on ramps and get under that bad boy. And I had it down. I had it down to a science. Because I did it so much. And to get to an oil pressure sensor, you have to remove the starter. I'm telling you. I'm only telling you what I know about. I don't be wanting to do that, but I'm only telling you what I know about. I'm only telling you what I've been through. Yeah. If you don't want a C6, a C8, Man, if it ain't the C6, it's a LC 500 Lexus. It's got a V8 in it. I don't know if I want no Maybach truck. I don't know if I want no Maybach truck. Rolls Royce. I'm just worried about those night like a Maybach. You know that like really nice cars break down too, right? So the cost of repair. I do white cars now because I used to do black vehicles. Now I do white vehicles. I remember I was at a studio and this girl referred to any car that was white. She called it, yeah, it's in that cocaine white. Anything that refer to drugs in our culture to make it sound cool. Man, we are interesting people. But yeah, that LC 500 got a V8 in it, and it's got that Toyota dependability too. I don't know if I can say that about Cadillacs and GMC Denali's, and they look good, but do they last good? Like even that Hummer truck be breaking. Probably did hear her in a rap song. Cocaine white. This was years ago. I didn't even understand what she said. I was like, wait, what color you said that car was? Cocaine white? Oh. Okay. Cocaine white. Bet. Yeah, the Hummer truck is pretty sick looking. But I hear it breaks. And like those Jeeps too, like those Jeep Wranglers look like bad dope. But like those Jeep Wranglers look like super dope. Yeah, I saw that Studio One Pro 7 was released. That's cool. Why is my MPC not connected? Hey, boss. We're not doing this today, Key 61. But I hear they break. It's dope. It's dope. It's a sweet looking car. Them North Star, don't give me star. See those North? I don't know. I've had two Chevys in a row just kick the can. And I worked very hard to keep. I put in a lot of money to keep them running. And what happened? They said, "Nah, we gonna not run anyway. I don't care how much money you put in. We ain't gonna run for you. Matter of fact, we're gonna blow up on you. We're gonna catch fire on you." See, you're attacked. I didn't know Japanese cars was like that to work on. I had no idea. Oh, but I learned. What is going on with my keyboard, man? I have problems, y'all. I can't get this thing to connect. I hear Honda's pretty good. I just gravitated to Toyota. But I hear Hondas are pretty good. I gotta turn my sounds off. I know that'd be throwing people off because they be hearing that computer sound. They think their computer's making that sound. Let's see. Sounds. Change system sound settings. Apply. Okay, MPC, could you like come on? Oh gosh, help me. Yeah. I know I don't want you to update. I just want you to run on my doggone computer the way I want you to run. In the Jesus name. Previous owner's fault, neglect. Yeah, you don't know what you're getting when you get the kind of cars I buy. So we just not gonna run today, huh? We just not running today. We just not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna update the firmware on my MPC. I was trying to fire my MPC up, but it's not even connected with my computer the way it's supposed to. So I'm gonna update the firmware. I got the MPC key in front of me. You know, I work with the MPC key in front of me. Can I get a hiya? Anybody ever heard that meme? Or maybe it might be just me. Do you mind if I told you? Da-da-da-da. So I know there's this guy I know. I don't know if I want to name him yet. He was part of a reality show called Caught in the Act. And I normally don't watch those shows, reality shows. I used to watch them back when, like, remember Jersey Show? Like, I was big into that. I used to watch the heck out of that. I don't know why I did. But this guy, I knew he was in this doggone show. The episode just dropped last night. It's crazy watching that. Like, damn, I actually can call this guy. He was on that show. And his relationship situation was crazy. And I'm like, is this for real? I'm going to ask him. I hope he feels comfortable enough to tell me about it. I hope he feels comfortable enough to tell me about it. I'm like, yo, oh, shoot, my stuff is working now. My MPC is working now. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. This guy was on a nationally syndicated television show. I was like, dang, and I know this person. See, I know people who are like in positions I want to be in. I just don't know how to turn those into opportunities for myself. Snooki used to always go crazy about Johnny. Johnny, my Johnny. If you don't leave that dude alone, he did not care about you. She was just crazy about him, man. And then Snooki retweeted my cover of that Dream song. I was like, oh shoot. That's back when celebrities used to really mess with regular people before they wanted to monetize it all. Yeah, that's it, Magnetic. I was like, man, I know a celebrity, man. I mean, I guess it's out there, so it ain't like I'm just discreet by default, so I don't really like to say it out loud. It's called Caught in the Act on MTV. Season 3, episode 4. He was in the studio like, really? Really? He said, I'm going to marry to both of them. I love the both of you. Oh my God. I think he was really I think he was really acting it out. I don't think he's really like that, but I think for the camera, he really like turned it. I was eating it up. I was entertained. I was entertained regardless. I was like, this is amazing. Because it was real enough to be like, dang, is this for real or is he acting? I can't tell. Yeah, really cool. Ooh, and I like to play my own basses, but anyway. Let's vibe. Let me just take a loop and just mess with it, play. You know a guy? Yeah, you know a guy who knows a guy. That is throwing me off. Like, I can't find the one. Hold on. Wait a minute. What? This is A. This is A. Caught in the Act. Yeah. You know a guy that knows a guy. I'm just gonna be on for a little bit longer. 11:15. What's a good chat? Hey, thank you for coming by, Buck. Inspirational. I like that. Yeah, just jam for a little bit. Edit sample. Won't be long, y'all. We're just chilling. You know I gotta get up, so see, I gotta get up. If you don't gotta, well, I just gotta be mindful of what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Cool. Look forward to hear what you put together. Minutes left of the show, y'all. We're getting ready to wrap this thing up. Outro. Yeah, that's actually, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Okay. There's a bass line in this already. Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching this show. I'm going to get ready for the next step. It does have an emotional vibe to it. It does. Well, thank you so much for interacting with me and chatting and all that good stuff. Good show tonight, despite everything else that's going on right now. So I want to say I appreciate all of you. And y'all have a good night. Get some rest. And I'll see you on the flip side. Be safe. We out. Peace.